The Lenovo Vibe Z gains a significant design upgrade from the blocky K900. The Vibe Z is more curvier and has well-rounded corners instead of the flat ones before. The phone looks mostly pitch black from the front, with a chrome-colored chin, the lone element that adds an executive-like look to the device. Otherwise, the design is understated and slick. Build-wise, the Vibe Z is mostly glass and plastic. By lacking metal, the Vibe Z gains a significant weight advantage, but doesn't skimp on quality either. The sides have a brushed look with metal buttons, while the chrome-colored strip on the back and the front is glossy. They all look metallic, but actually are made of plastic. With a laser-etched texture, the back is meant to provide a smooth finish and a better grip, which it does, thankfully. We would say the grip is not like that of a soft touch material, but it is certainly better than the smooth but slippery finish we saw on the K900. Talking of the grip, the Vibe Z is also very thin, coming in at just 7.9mm of thickness. With the curved sides and a weight of 145 grams, it is a good fit in the hands for a 5.5-inch phone. It doesn't feel hefty or too ominous in the hands, which is a welcome improvement over its predecessor. The front of the phone is mostly glass, particularly Corning Gorilla Glass 3. Underneath the glass, we have the display, above which sit the earpiece, the 5MP front-facing camera, the usual couple of sensors, and a notification LED hidden beneath the grille. Below the display, we have the three Lenovo-style capacitive shortcut keys for home, back, and contextual menu. They light up when pressed and have decent feedback. One can also notice the primary microphone sticking in between the glass and the bottom parts. Over at the right side, we have the lone SIM card slot, and the left side houses the volume rocker. Moving over to the top, we have the 3.5mm audio jack and the power button. Yes, it is hard to reach with one hand, but thankfully the volume rocker can be configured to wake the screen up. Locking it is still a stretch away though. Moving over to the bottom, we have just the micro USB slot here. The back of the phone is non-removable and houses the 13-megapixel camera with its secondary mic and the dual LED flash, below which resides the Lenovo logo. There is also a loudspeaker right at the bottom on the chrome strip. Moving back to the front, let's start with the display. The 5.5-inch IPS LCD screen has a resolution of 1920 by 1080, which offers a pixel density of 400 ppi. It is sharp enough for a person with 20/20 vision, Lenovo claims, and we tend to agree, because it is not just the sharpness but the overall performance of the display that is great. It has brilliant color reproduction, offers great contrast and excellent viewing angles, making it on par with other flagship devices. We would have liked deeper blacks, but consider this is LCD, it might be too much to ask for. The bigger size of the screen comes with obvious advantages for gaming, movies, and mostly any kind of consumption, including reading. We have come to a stage where most of the high-end displays are either good or really amazing, and the Vibe Z is no exception. The camera on the back is a 13-megapixel unit sporting a 1x3.06-inch Sony Exmor RS sensor underneath and a f1.8 lens over it. It is the same as the K900, and as expected, the performance was really good. It takes great pictures in daylight, especially with the HDR mode, where the limitations of dynamic range are overcome with flare. Except for the slightly blurry details in most HDR photos, the mode is highly recommended to use on the Vibe Z. Doesn't mean the auto mode is not good enough, because it is, and it produces great photos too. Even low light pictures are usable, but they lose a lot of detail due to aggressive noise reduction algorithms, making the photos look soft and mushy. The dual LED flash is powerful but lacks the freeze frame capabilities of a xenon flash, and hence why we would suggest sticking to the no flash option even for low light pictures. However, the same cannot be said for the video mode, which produces subpar video and audio. The loss of detail due to compression seemed too high that it fell short of the expectations. Admittedly, our expectations were high after using the stills camera. The interface of the camera is packed with a lot of features. Many are useful modes like the HDR as mentioned earlier and the super night mode. The latter is definitely more useful as it takes clearer pictures in low light and is a must if you are planning to take images without flash. There is a lot more to the camera in terms of features, including panoramas, GIFs, and picture-in-picture, which takes advantage of the 5-megapixel front-facing camera too. Overall, we would say the camera is great for stills, while the